All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Sock versus Lin. This game taking place here in, well, this is a in-game HUD. You guys don't see that. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down. This is going to be Sock versus Lin taking place here on Last Refuge. Last Refuge, a map that is very, very common. Everyone should know all about it. If you don't, well, let me give you the 411. And I am totally dating myself by even opening up with that particular intro. Anyways, two spawning locations. It is cross-map. There is a tavern in the center. High ground right outside your base has a goblin laboratory. There is a lot of action that you can do there. Sentry wards can be placed on the top to be able to spy down onto the low side. Even a footman or a peon can do exactly the same thing. A lot of gameplay does in fact happen there. Let me go ahead and switch colors just in case there is a Blade Master coming in from Lin. Alright, Lin has spawned as the blue orc on the bottom left-hand side of the map. It is going to be a Blade Master. No real surprise there. No crazy Tauren Chieftain first. Meanwhile, it is going to be Barracks Orc Burrow, and we'll see the timing on that second Orc Burrow, which is so incredibly important. Voodoo Lounge has been placed down already, so there is going to be a little bit of healing action on that Blade Master. The Blade Master most likely will just clear out this Ogre Warrior creep camp, or just the Ogre Warrior, excuse me, pick up the item, and then move along his merry way. Meanwhile, opposite end of the map, Archmage coming to as a surprise to absolutely no one, as the Archmage has been the go-to hero for the human party and the human army for, well, quite some time. Alright, Archmage should be making its way out here in just a little bit. We are currently at the 1 minute 50 second mark, and, well, game will be getting underway. Quickly calling to arms the militia in order to clear out these creep camps. Meanwhile, Footman has already scouted out, making its way back down over here to the bottom left-hand side of the map. Voodoo Lounge will be completed here in just a moment. Blade Master is, in fact, going after that Ogre Warrior. No one's snare onto the Grunt. Nicely done there, as the Grunt will be backing up, picks up a Ring of Protection +3. And now that there are, well, Rings of Protection, and they do give an additional point of armor, it makes me wonder, well, do the heroes actually hold on to that item a little bit longer? That additional +1 armor or effective hit points at 6% does really start to add up, especially on a hero that is going to be doing a lot of healing anyways. Let's take a look at this. Blade Master may be coming in for the steal. Does get the steal right there. Blade Master now getting damage onto that Archmage. Water Elemental tries to get into harm's way. Now trying to back away. Footman, is the Water Elemental going to get taken down? Yes, it will. Even more experience given to the Blade Master, as the Blade Master now looks to back up again. Alright, Water Elemental now heading back off to the north. Archmage now making its way down. Blade Master gonna perhaps try and take down the Forest Troll High Priest. Should have no problem doing so. And then we'll most likely just run on out of there. Healing Salve onto that last unit. Picks up some Sentry Wards. It's gonna walk away, wait for the axes to hit him in the back. And then, well, after that, most likely we'll be using a Healing Salve in order to regenerate all of those hit points. Footman now back down to the south, does spot the Great Hall, teching to tier 2, as the Archmage now using Militia to clear out the Rock Golem creep camp. Archmage is in fact sitting at level 2 as well. Brilliance Aura is going to be incredibly important as the game does move along. Archmage needs a lot of mana, as we see a Ring of Protection +3 onto that Archmage as well. Alright, quick, easy damage there. Forest Troll Berserker gets ensnared. Meanwhile, Blade Master still wandering around here. Footman keeping track of that Blade Master, thereby knowing that he can actually clear out a relatively difficult creep camp, and also picking up Robe of the Magi. Sock lucking out there, picking up a very powerful item. Anytime you get an item that's +6 for your primary attribute, well, that's just added bonus. It acts as a clause of attack +6. It also acts as additional mana in terms of regeneration and in also terms of maximum mana. And using this, the Archmage says, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity for a timed strike. Water Elemental gonna go ahead and be dropped on inside right there. Blade Master now be making its way over. Footman gonna try and engage. A second Water Elemental could be dropped down here. Grunts gonna be coming across over here as well, waiting for that second waiting for that second water elemental to be dropped down. Where is it? I don't see it as of yet. Not quite sure why, as we are looking at a big battle now coming across here. All right, could in fact try and Cloak of Shadows to regain a little bit of those hit points. Sok now trying to run away. Footman gets taken out by an Orc Peon Spear, as the Orc Burrow may get taken down. All right, let's take a look at this. A little bit more damage being added up. Archmage should be able to drop another Water Elemental here in just a moment. Trying to get the final shot off. Gets exactly that as the Archmage drops another Water Elemental here. Grunt finishes off the Footman as the units are all now backing away again. Archmage now heading over here to the top right. And where is it going to go next? Footman may get attacked in the back. Is it going to even be denied? That is the big question. Just watching a game from yesterday, then saw your streaming. Hello from Faroe Island. Hello to Faroe Island. Thank you for tuning in. Always nice to have a little bit of company watching a game here, as the Water Elemental is now just going to get finished off here. Shadow Hunter doing a little bit of body blocking. Perhaps the Orc Burrow should no longer be, well, occupied, as it may end up stealing a bit of the experience. And now, well, Healing Salve going down. Tauren Totem being placed down as well. Don't see a Bestiary as of yet. Archmage, Cloak of Shadows is allowing him to hide. Meanwhile, we are going into dual Arcane Sanctums and a Blood Mage. All right, interesting choice for a Blood Mage second. Mana battery strategy, well, doesn't really work. More of a banish siphon mana in order to shut down heroes while taking mana away from that Shadow Hunter. I guess now that I think about it, it is a very powerful 1-2 punch. By shutting down your opponent's Shadow Hunter, being able to siphon mana away from the Shadow Hunter, it removes a lot of the durability on that Blade Master. However, once we see a Bestiary, which we are now being placed down here, Ensnare is on the table. Ensnare, the obvious downside for the Blood Mage. The Blood Mage wants to constantly channel, constantly get a lot of mana. Footman now going to be forced to back up here, taking a lot of damage from those axes. What is that Footman doing? He is not being microed back enough, and that is the real issue there. Wow, Sok finally getting the memo. Hey, I really shouldn't be engaging with this Footman. Thank you. I am glad you love my commentary. Really enjoy it. All of you viewers out there, as well as we're taking a look at a Forest Troll Trapper getting taken down. Blood Mage gets up to level 2. Archmage sitting at level 3. Sells a Cloak of Shadows. Picks up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, as the units are now once again on the move. Militia now making their way out as well. Siphon mana into the Archmage. Blood Mage still has plenty of mana to go. Archmage has a Potion of Greater Mana as well. This can turn out to be very, very effective here, as the Footman may try to back up here in just a second. All right, no, Footman should not be leading the charge. It is low on hit points. Archmage should be dropping in as many Water Elementals as it can. There goes one peon there. Archmage drops another Water Elemental. Militia are now showing up to the party. Blade Master, what is going to be happening here? Siphon mana away and Wind Walk in order to break that Siphon mana, and then Water Elementals. Quick banish onto the Blade Master. Blade Master getting shut down right there. Siphon mana also removing precious mana away, as it is also being slowed. All right, Footman now will be forced to back up, and this is actually interesting. I did not know Timed Life actually continues to work on Water Elementals. It ticks away while they are out of combat. All right, no more mana available. Let's take a look. Footman going to get taken down. There it goes, as the Blade Master continuing to engage here. Water Elementals being dropped down as well. Siphon mana away from the Spirit Walkers. Spirit Walkers, so many easy targets to siphon mana away. Sorceresses are right here as well. Banish away from that Blade Master again, taking him out of combat, as we're going to be looking at perhaps mass repairs. Scroll of Speed now being used to close in on that distance here. Let's take a look. There goes a Grunt. Meanwhile, the attack speed on all of these units, even if they close in on that distance, is still significantly slower. Guard towers, however, getting shut down before they even get up and running, as, well, Sok is now trying to fight up a hill. Never a good idea trying to fight on a hill here. You can take a look. No siphon mana away from the Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter just simply too far back, as another Grunt bites the dust. Blade Master hanging off to the side here. Scroll of Speed, Siphon Mana away. Blade Master unable to win walk away, losing more mana once again. Meanwhile, Archmage really venturing too far forward as the Voodoo Lounge could get pressured here. Alright, Archmage says, you know what, I want to try and hit you with the Fireball, but the Shadowhunter is simply too far back. Blood Mage is here as well. Siphon Mana away and taking away all of that precious mana again. Alright, more damage being used through and through. Healing Wave going through as well. Water Elemental could end up getting taken down. Thank you for the cheer. 100 bits, every little bit helps as the Blade Master now looking to perhaps pull back again. Alright, Forest Troll Berserker low on hit points, currently out of the fight. The Spirit Walkers could actually focus that down very, very easily as the Water Elemental is going to get taken down and not do time life, but a critical strike. Blood Mage continuing to back up again. Archmage now looking to pull away. What is happening next? Blood Mage, just Cloak of Shadows hiding as we see a little bit of slow getting cast. Water Elemental giving perhaps a little bit of bloatedness to that Kodo Beast. It will all be gone in about, 45 seconds. Archmage here, ready to go. Let's take a look at that. A little bit more damage. Siphon Mana away from that Blade Master. Blade Master, however, ensnare onto a Forest Troll Berserker. Banish quickly allows that unit to head back away as the Archmage going to try and get in some damage. Sorceresses and the Priest are simply too far back. Siphon Mana away from a Spirit Walker and losing a lot of mana again. Peons joining in on the fight. Entangle onto a Priest. Priest says, you know what, I will just banish you. And, well, that's actually a good thing. No damage will be dealt. Spellbreakers finally out onto the field. This has been the very, very, missing part of the army here in order to deal a bit of damage. Yeah, very thirsty Kodo. Maybe going after... Actually, no, not going to make that joke. Priest, Spellbreakers now making their way back after all of those units. Now, Sorceress or Spellbreaker is going to finish off a Peon. Sorceress is now doing a little bit of chasing as the as the Blood Mage now making its way back down. Let's take a look. Peon going to get taken out as well. Militia making their way back down. Blizzard being called down here. Archmage calling over Blizzard because of all of that slow. Blood Mage, what is happening here? Blade Masters, or Blade Master, Spellbreakers up in that front location. We're going to get Siphon Mana, no ensnare onto the Archmage for some strange reason, as so much damage being dealt across all of these units. Alright, low hit point Priest getting into that back line. Peons need to get away as that Blizzard just deals so much damage, and the Archmage says, you know what? If at first you don't succeed with the Tower Rush, try again. Blood Mage now making its way back down. Blade Master now trying to head back out as well. Where are all of these units going? Blood Mage trying to head back. Archmage getting Siphon Mana, getting stronger once more as the Headhunters will get trained up. Scout Towers trying to build up more units. Lumber Mill trying to act as a wall. Sock, what are you doing? That was just a waste of 140 gold right there as the units are now pulling back. But this little concave location ensnare onto the Archmage, however, stopping those Blizzard in its tracks. Hex onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage may try and Siphon Mana. Yes, get Siphon Mana away from that Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter losing a lot of mana. Blood Mage, however, has not really leveled up, and that is a significant problem. The Blood Mage and the Archmage has been staying at level 3 for quite some time. Damage is being dealt, but units and experience has not really been given to Sock as of yet. Alright, Priest trying to run back here. Massive slow plus Scroll of Speed means fast moving, slow hitting Orc units as Blizzard continues to rain down. Archmage in a bit of trouble, has a lot of mana but nowhere to go with it as the Blood Mage continuing to fight back here. Peon trying to join in on the fight. Kodo Beast has room in its belly. More Blizzard raining down as the Raiders are getting on target onto that Archmage. Archmage now trying to run back again. What is going on? Ensnare onto the Archmage. Archmage, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability was used in time. Now going to turn back and Blizzard and fight for a little while longer. Dust of Appearance, Siphon Mana away from the Blade Master. Blade Master has nowhere really to go. Archmage is still right here. Blade Master could try and Staff of Teleportation out of a tough spot. Is he going to be able to make it? No scroll, no way to stun, and that will finish off some units. And the Blood Mage and the Archmage finally get a bit of, experience. After all of that exchange right there, a lot of damage was dealt, but no units really died. Shadowhunter is at 3, Blade Master is at 4, going up against Sock, who's still sitting at level 3, level 2. Not quite sure how Lin was able to cut his losses so much, as we see a quick scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. All right, a quick banish right there. Sorceress will be able to, well, retreat freely, as Sok is sitting at 46 supply compared to 49. Back in the bases. All right, Arcane Sanctum, Arcane Vault, upgrades. No blacksmith to be found. Meanwhile, over here on the top left, Lin has to be happy to see that no expansion has been set up. Back over here on the bottom left, Stronghold getting Berserker Strength from the barracks, as both sides looking to get a lot more experience. We are 15 minutes into this game, and no one really has the upper, or Sok is really actually behind in terms of experience, sitting at level 3, level 2. Shockwave goes on through. Archmage is going to end up getting taken down here. Siphon mana away so much as the Ogre Lord will finally get taken out. Blood Mage now sitting at level 3, level 2 Blizzard, level 2 Brilliance Aura should be added, as well, Endurance Aura, Robe of Magi, and then plenty of mana could cause a lot of problems. 55 over 55, Blademaster going after a Spellbreaker there. Spellbreaker could have a little bit of problems. Is this Spellbreaker going to be able to back away? No, it is not. Ensnare, and the Blademaster has eaten 2 Spellbreakers and looking for a third. Blood Mage continuing to fight its way back out. One Spellbreaker being left behind to pretty much die, as Priest are now in a little bit of trouble. Priest now trying to head back away. Archmage was banished in order to Blizzard, and that actually did a fair bit of damage. Spellbreaker's now trying to back up again, as that Blizzard is just creating a large zone that you do not want to run through. All right, Spellbreaker continuing to fight its way through. Are we going to see a banish onto the Blademaster again? Blademaster should be slowed. Siphon mana away from the Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter going to be out of mana momentarily. However, a quick Hex onto the Blood Mage stops it in its track. Archmage now trying to get back away. Spellbreaker's trying to get back up onto the high ground, and Sok using the high ground in this fight actually could have a bit of an advantage, since all the Spirit Walkers in the back cannot easily get any of these targets. However, the problem is going to be the Raiders have now got up onto the high ground as well. Archmage continuing this fight again. Priest now trying to back up. It looks as though a couple of Raiders are going to actually dive a bit too far. Archmage, able to get away, save a couple of low hit point units. 35 supply compared to 46, but Sok is definitely on the losing end of that fight. Archmage, is it going to get to level 4 on the Blood Mage? Level 4 going up, possibly. Shadowhunter is already at level 4. Lin's Blademaster is sitting at level 4 as well. So 4-4 going up against 4-3. No real upgrades that I see anywhere except for Berserker Strength. Meanwhile, Archmage stealing a little bit of Inner Fire, but that's not going to hold out for very long. Priest and Sorceresses, Priest is at Adept or Initiate. Sorceresses are at Adept, as well as the units are now making their way back up. Siphon mana into the Archmage. Blood Mage pretty much now sitting at, 250 mana, should not have any problems. Blademaster now scouting out for any more potential expansions, as the units head off every which way. Force Troll Trapper will get finished off here. Meanwhile, Shadowhunter is going to be making its rounds off over to the side. Spellbreaker is going to finish off some Raiders. No, unable to do so, as we may get an Ensnare. Where is that Archmage? Archmage is just banished and is, difficult to finish off. Are we going to get an Ensnare onto the Archmage? Archmage has been able to rain down so much damage pretty consistently, as a Grunt gets taken out again. Blizzard continuing to rain down, finally gets an Ensnare off. Archmage is going to be in a little bit of trouble, needs to get away. Kodobe's trying to eat a Spellbreaker, finally finds one, as the Blademaster gets to level 5. Alright, Spellbreakers making their way after all of these units here. Archmage going to be dancing around in a little bit of a circle. Alright, a quick banish followed by a follow-up Blizzard. Problems galore. Spellbreakers need to make their way back again. That's turned back around. Blademaster dealing so much damage. Blizzard raining down across multiple units. Spellbreaker's going to try and hold that front line, but that Blademaster just deals so much damage. A quick Ensnare finishing off a Priest and a Spellbreaker, as the units are just falling on Sok's side. Lin, with an 11 supply advantage now, is slowly picking apart Sok's army. And unless Blizzard makes a major comeback here, catching a bunch of units off unaware. I do not see how Sok is going to be able to fight his way and get back into this game. Spellbreaker finally getting finished off here. A handful of Spirit Walkers here. Shadowhunter, Staff of Teleportation in order to get away. Kodo Beast, is it going to be able to get away at all? You can see a lot of damage being absorbed there as the Kodo Beast is trying to go after all of these units. Ethereal form now, and well, that actually might be a little bit of a problem as the Spellbreaker gets into harm's way, and enough Sorceress damage should be able to finish it off. Creep Camp has been cleared up. Units now making their way back down to the south. Blade Master is at 5. Shadowhunter just shy of 5 as well. Blade Master also with a plethora of items. Shadowhunter not too far behind. Archmage only with 2 items on him. Blood Mage with only 2 items. And those 2 items, although limited in number, are still fairly powerful for that army. However, Gloves of Haste, Circlet of Mobility, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability on that Blade Master could cause some serious troubles. All right, here you go. Are we going to perhaps see a bit of Blizzard across all of this? Shadowhunter now gets to 5. Shadowhunter going to have some major mana being stolen away. There's the quick hex onto the Blade Master, or the Blood Mage, as the Blade Master is just slicing and dicing this army through. Blizzard now raining down across the center portion of the army here. Are we going to see an ensnare or banish onto that Blade Master? Blade Master trying to get away. So much banish happening as the Blood Mage unable to do all that much. Endurance Aura trying to run back again as well. Let's see what's going to continue to happen here. Blade Master, is it going to get slowed? No. Siphon mana away. Blood Mage getting back up to 300 mana again as the units are now looking to pull through and pull back. All right, Lin looking for that final killing blow, has a massive supply advantage, 16 supply advantage, and that's not even considering the Kodo Beast has a Spellbreaker, 2 Spellbreakers in its belly. So that is absolutely huge. 6 supply lost in the belly of the Kodos. Kodos able to just, eat and run, dine and dash, and, is currently enjoying I don't know how a Kodo Beast is digesting the armor of a Spellbreaker. It just is. Sok needs to win a massive battle. Lin needs to make sure he doesn't make a massive mistake. That is pretty much all there is to it. Blizzard raining down across multiple units. Archmage dealing a good bit of damage, but still nothing to really write home about and talk about how the battle was turned. Archmage needs to pull back. Sorceresses, Spellbreakers, lines are completely all wrong all over the place as the Forest Troll Berserker now trying to get away. Blood Mage is currently ensnared. Massive Blizzard trying to run back all of these units again as you see mass banish across a lot of units. All right, the Spirit Walkers simply just have too much mana, constantly disenchanting all of the banish and all of the debuffs. Sorceresses not using slow effectively enough, or it's just being counteracted by all of that scroll of speed. All right, Blizzard now raining down across multiple units here. Raiders now trying to split off every which way. Lin with the beautiful micro, keeping all of his units alive, it seems, as the Forest Troll Berserker going to get banished and retreat. All right, Raider off to the side here, going to get, it gets healed back up. Scroll of Healing at just the right time as a Raider finally falls. 33 supply compared to 53. Banish on the Blood Mage. Spellbreaker's going to try and turn back around. Flo, thank you for the subscription. As we are looking at the Spellbreakers now making their way back up again. All right, Blade Master making its way back down. And, Priest could get taken down. There it goes. 33 supply compared to 50. Spirit Walker now doing a bit of chase, but I believe this is going to be the beginning of the end. A mana battery strategy, but it didn't live up to the hype. Even with Banish trying to manage everything, Lin comes away with the win. Hero level making the major difference there. If you take a look at the overall units killed, 81 compared to 41, that is the big difference. Units killed, thereby giving even more experience. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you once again for the bits. Every bit does help. Was that a tourney or NetEase? That was just a NetEase ladder game, hence no observers.